Sure. It's a very large one. Just another one. Yeah, just another. It's another. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them ladies, nigga, yeah. Welcome the girl, them sugar. The girl, them ladies, nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them ladies, nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them ladies, nigga. Excuse me, baby, but I really just have to tell you this. It's been a while, I'm admiring your tenderness. Your Coca-Cola vodka shape and all your cherry lips. And you alone, me want to rub love up and then me kiss. I'm just addicted to you, but that's why me want to eat. I want to show you I'm a man that very romantic. Nothing got to me, see you know when you me want to see. The girl, them a sing this, but you me kick. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them ladies, nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girls, them ladies, nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them ladies, nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them ladies, nigga. One cup of water and three sour lime. You a John mine, we a Joe grind. Look here the money and me kill her with the wine. When you're there work, she never your mind. But you do your shocking like daytime stop. Y'all write me and call me and tell me that. Remember that baby and just say the jackpot. But to the style and the passion and the ways we got, happy a young gal attack. And them a sing, welcome the girls, them sugar. The girls, them need this nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girls, them need this nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girls, them need this nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girls, them need this nigga, but y'all tell me they no business out. Them want a man from the Roses crew. Y'all all tell me they no response to sue. But you want a man from the Sunrise crew. But from a God bless girl, tell them no test. You have your one man, girl, big up your chest. Some waiting and can't exhale, yeah. But me girl a bad prep, and them a sing. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them need this nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them need this nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them need this nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them need this nigga, but excuse me, baby, but I really just have to tell you this. It's been a while, I'm admiring your tenderness. Your Coca-Cola vodka shape and all the cherry lips. And you alone, me want to hook up and then the kiss. I want to show you I'm a man that very romantic. I know it's a very tricky girl, that's why me never itch. Nothing got to me, see you know when you me want to spit. Me y'all them a sing this, sing say. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girls, them need this nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girls, them need this nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girls, them need this nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girls, them need this nigga, yeah. Dedicate to all my brother who know them hardcore nigga. And up in the year you love suited and collar. Man a baboon so the girl them all a say. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them need this nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them need this nigga, yeah. Welcome the girls, them sugar.
Well, I hope everyone can hear me, but good morning if it's morning, good evening if it's evening, and good night if it's night. And a big hearty salam alaikum to each and every one of you that's watching us live, or that will be looking for us in archives. My, I gotta tell you, we had a wonderful time last weekend. We went crystal mining. Yes, crystal mining. We found a little place in South Carolina, and we took our picks, our shovels, our little pails, our buckets, and we went out crystal hunting. I got to tell you, we found a couple of crystals. Not really big ones, but nevertheless very pretty. And I had a lot of satisfaction from this, okay? Most of you guys that know me know that I could care less for fucking crystals. A lot of people, oh, how could you not, and all this stuff here, because I'm not one that really gets into trends and things of that sort. But there was something spiritual. There was something. There was a connection. Okay, in going out and finding my own crystals, if it makes any sense to any of y'all. I could just, I've been to many of crystal stores, and I've been to places, and I often pick up the crystals to see if they fucking do something for me, and honestly, they don't. All right, I don't know if it's the fact that a whole bunch of people have touched them, have touched them, or a whole bunch of people have, played with them. I don't know if they're fake, if they're fucking real. I'm sorry, I just don't. And I never felt that connection. But I gotta tell you, when we was down in that dirt, and I found my first one, there was an instant connection. So to each and every one of you that have been thinking about doing this, or have been somewhere in the back of your mind, you said, man, listen, I would love to try this one day. What I advise you do. It's fun. It's family bonding. And it's almost spiritual to a sense. Okay? Many states have them. I've seen them in Tennessee. I've seen them in California. I've seen them in South Carolina. They even have a couple of places here in Georgia. So if you've been looking for something to do and you've been thinking to yourself, hey, you know what, this shit, I'm just not feeling these crystals. Well, go to one of these places. You got to think that a lot of these places were blessed before they were the conquest, okay? Many people here in the United States found these places to be rich in energy, rich in healing, rich in all these things, and rich in spirituality because of the crystals and the quartz and the things that are around there. So I tell y'all, each and every one of y'all, go take yourself a trip. Make it a day trip. Make it a 2-day trip. And go dig for your own shit. All right? Well, guys, I am Candelo Kimbisa. This is It's 12 o'clock somewhere. And guys, I got to tell you, I got some more shit for y'all today. I'm going to tell y'all something that's probably not that, it's not going to be that well received, okay? Are you or are you not hexed? Are you or are you not hexed? And there's something else, because most of these people that I see inside these chat rooms right now, that I see in here, are workers. How many times has a person accused you of working them when you weren't even thinking about that person? Well, I'm going to bring some answers to you when I come back. Hopefully, you'll have the answers that you've been searching for. I am Candelo Kimbisa, and it's 12 o'clock somewhere, baby. I'll be right back.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
La 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 la.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it. It's Friday night. Life feel alright. The party's here on the west side. So I reach for my 40 and I turn it up. Designated driver, take the keys to my truck. Hit the shop cause I'm faded. Honey's in the streets, say honey, yo, we made it. It feels so good in my hood tonight. The summertime skirts and my guys ain't canine. All the gangbangers forgot about the drive-by. You gotta get your groove on before you go get paid. So tip up your cup and throw your hands up and let me hit a party. Say, I'm kind of buzzed and it's all because
This is how we do it.
South Central does it like nobody does.
This is how we do it.
All my neighbors, you got much flavor.
This is how we do it.
Let's flip the track with the old school band.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it. All hands are in the air. And wave from here to there. If you're an OG Mac or a wannabe player, you see the hood's been good to me. Ever since I was a lowercase G, but now I'm a big G. The girls see I got the money, $100 bills, y'all. 8 feet stood, and people thought the music that he made was good. Then there's the DJ, and Paul was his name. He came up to money, this is what he said. You and OG are gonna make some cash. Sell a million records and we're making the dash. Oh, I'm buzzing the club. This is how we do it. South Central dancing like nobody does. Oh, my neighbors, you got much flavor. This is how we do it. I'll never come back on an old school time.
All right, my people, that was Montel Jordan with This Is How We Do It. Okay, guys. So I said I was going to have a couple of little, I'm going all over the place today, but we're all going to reach the same destination, okay? I have been a worker for over 30 years now. And in these 30 years, I've had maybe hundreds of people that have accused me of hexing them, that accused me of putting some type of witchcraft on them. Lord knows that more than half of the time, I wasn't even thinking about these people. Some people have been godchildren, some people have been friends, and some people just popped out of fucking thin air. So I say to myself, what are the reasons for this? And I woke up with these questions on my mind. Why do people do this? When you in your heart know that you have not done anything to this person, spiritually or verbally or any of these things. And people really, really, really believe inside their minds and their hearts that you have worked against them. Well, the one reason I would say was paranoia. People look for the big bad wolf and the devil in everything, especially when it has to do with their own inhibitions, their own thoughts, their own things that they have dredged up inside their minds. 2, I guess, would be lack of confidence. When you don't confide in the spirituality that you are partaking in. See, because with each initiation that I've been to, that I've always done, they have given me ways of warding off witchcraft. Whether it was through drinking something, whether it was through putting things in scars, whether it be by certain prayers and things of that sort. Third, the mouths of other workers that say things like, well, it seems like you have a Palo Mayumbe curse, or a Santeria curse, or a hoodoo hex. So then the person starts to thinking, well, the only person I know in Palo Mayumbe is Candelo Kimbisa, is, a multitude of other people. The only person I know that is in hoodoo is, let's say, Mama Star. So the person playing on the fear of that person says, well, let me look into that. Let me divine into that. And they pick up whatever thing it is and they tell them, yes, it was that person. Bam. But of course, that's only done because the diviner ain't shit, doesn't know how to look into witchcraft. And 2, because he's trying to get your fucking money. Or she. I can remove this curse. I can take this malady that this person put on you. And then there are the people that wish harm against you. These people secretly hate you, but can't bring it upon themselves to tell you that they hate you. And then, of course, there is the misguided people. Baby, let me tell you something. Each and every one of you has shadows, has guardians, has ancestors that look after you. Each and every one of you. I've said it before. Each and every one of you has Indoki. Each and every one of you has Ashe. And just as the good book says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So what does that mean? Just like I said, you got Ashe, you got Ndoki, you got naturally. You got Ashe, you got Ndoki, you got ancestors, you got Egun, some of you have Muerto. And a lot of times when you're around bullshitting and you don't see it, and these people are slandering you, and these people are speaking ill about you, and these people are burning fucking candles on you, putting you inside of fucking vinegar jars, and doing all this kind of bullshit that people do in the dark, okay? They're doing this against you. But guess what? Your Egun, the shadows that accompany you, the spirit that accompanies you, your mother, your father, your grandmama who used to pray for you has that spiritual shield against you. It has a hell of a shield around you. And guess what happens? That shit bounces off and beats them in the ass. Then when they go to spirit and says, well, is Candelo or is someone working against you? Guess what? The person's going to say, yeah, they're working against you. One, because they're not a good diviner. Two, because it seems as though your spirit who once in a while puts on a mask and looks just like you, has decided to make a check and write it out to that person who is slandering you, who is throwing witchcraft against you, who is fucking with you for no goddamn reason. So the diviner says, oh yeah, this person is the one that's doing to you. And all that while you're sitting up doing a podcast and smoking a cigar. Ma fede fun Egun all day. I tell you, bless the spirits that walk with you. Thank them each and every day for warding off things that you don't even know were planted against you, baby. I am Candelo Kimbisa. It's 12 o'clock somewhere, and I'll be right back.
I'm your blues man, that's what I am. I'm here to do whatever I can. Be it early morning, late afternoon, or at midnight.
Sadie VH. We will be in Louisiana on June 19th through the 21st for the St. John's Conjure Weekend. Hoodoo Zen Moise, Papa Hector, Sansista Brujo Luis, Mambo Sandy. I'm missing somebody. Star Cassis. All of us will be in New Orleans, Louisiana on June 19th to the 21st. Please, I would love to see you there. Okay, so anyway, guys. Yesterday I had a big conversation on Facebook. Well, actually, I didn't have a conversation. I put something on my wall, and the responses were wonderful. I put a couple of herbs and roots out there, and I said in this that only older workers would know what these roots and herbs were for, okay? Mind you, everybody said something about each root, okay? Only a couple of people actually got what the whole concoction was for, okay? Guys, we as workers, as root workers, okay, are often jump on bandwagons of certain herbs or certain things, and this is my herb, and yeah, it's fine. People have a particular herb that works for them for whatever the fuck they want, and we're right about that. But we have lost the actual putting together of herbs, knowing what each herb is for and how to actually work these herbs. Sometimes the things that we work with aren't even herbs. So the whole thing was I put up there aloe, ash, soot, sassafras, and sassafras. I believe I put something else right now. It's escaping my mind. And I asked, what was it for? And of course, no answer was wrong. Okay? No answer was wrong. But the reason I do this, guys, is to work people's minds. I know that some people that answered later saw it later, but I know that some people actually went and looked at these herbs and looked at these things for the knowledge of it and what it has done with it. So today I'm going to explain what I use that for, okay? I use that for scars. When a person, and spider web, that's the other thing I was saying. I use this concoction as a blockage to block infection, okay, to close up a wound, and then later so that the scar will not remain on the person. But what I didn't say there that I will say here is that it needs to be made into a paste. It has to have consistency. It has to be able to block and close that wound. So I hope that you all learned something and took this up. And if you haven't seen it, okay, look at the post that I did yesterday on my Facebook feed. And you'll have people like Duchess, Lady Duchess. You'll have people like Mama Star. You have, who else said something very, very good? Ty Shaw, okay? Actually said something else that these things were used for. When babies were born at home, they would take this and they would put it after the cut of the umbilical cord, and they would put it on the baby's tummy, okay, to be able to cut ward off infection, to be able to stop the bleeding, so it could be able to heal and things of that sort. Okay, so I just gave y'all all a lesson. Okay, guys, I don't do these things because I know more than everybody else, because I don't know shit. And if you know me, I have trouble remembering shit. But the reason I do these things is because I am forever a fucking student. I am forever a student. I have sat down with people like Charles Porterfield, like Mambo Yanza. I have sat down with people like Mama Star. I have sat down with people, and I have humbled myself, and I have listened, and they have taught me the world and continue to teach me. So forever the humble student is not a bad thing. Nobody knows everything. No one knows everything. So let's sit down and learn together and take these teachings that are given to us by our elders, by the universe, and by our ancestors. And just because you teach someone something doesn't mean that they're going to be better at you, doesn't mean that they're not going to be better at you, but you're giving them wisdom. You're giving them something that they can hold on to. You're giving them something that someday they may be able to save someone with. And hopefully the few that are learning that didn't know these things will someday give credit where credit is due. Now, what do I mean by giving credit where credit is due? I just did it a little while ago. I spoke about Mambo Yanza. I spoke about Charles Porterfield. I spoke about Lady Duchess. I spoke about Mama Star. And I continue to speak about these people. Why? Because these people are at times, or many times, also my teachers. I hope you're enjoying this thing that we call It's 12 o'clock somewhere. I am Candelo Kimbisa. This is It's 12 o'clock somewhere. And I'll be right back. I wasn't able to play this the other day, but I'm feeling good. I hope you're feeling good today. Let me send out a couple of shouts to the people that are listening. You love what you feel. Miss Ginseng, Lady DH. has over 100 acres right here in Georgia. All right, 40 minutes away from Atlanta, where we're gonna bring the Conjure Gala to Atlanta, baby. I'm gonna bring the best conjure workers in the United States to Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, on over 100 acres of land. We'll be doing ceremony. We have a river running back to the back of it. We have 1,500 square foot structure where this is all going to be done at. Guys, I also, and I'm speaking to these gentlemen, okay? I'm speaking to these gentlemen today because, guys, you have no clue, all right? You have no clue. Rings, flowers, and all these things. Girl, y'all got to look at my YouTube page because every time I look into my YouTube page, there's an orb that flies by and it kind of catches me on the side of my eyes. So I know if you guys on YouTube are watching, you can see these orbs that keep on flying all the way around me. Well, anyway, I don't know about you guys, okay? But Candelo Kimbisa, loves waist beads on women. It is the sexiest fucking thing ever. It really is. It is healing. I like to see them. I like to touch my woman's. I mean, I've been tempted to grab them, snatch them off, and put them on my head when we're, but I can't do that because I probably get my ass whooped. But anyway, you want to give your woman something that you've never given her. Something that you've never, ever even thought in your wildest dreams that you can get her. Get her some waist beads. Put it on her. Assist her in her healing. Assist yourself in your healing. Making something spiritual out of these wonderful, beautiful things they call waist beads. Make it into a rite. Make it into something that will heal you and your partner. Now, I have a lot of friends that do waist beads. Yes, I do. And they're all on my Facebook page. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take today and I'm going to get I'm going to put a post up on my Facebook page where everyone that makes waist beads can put a thing on there. Put their websites and all that stuff there. And ladies, if you really want this bond to be between you and your man, next time he asks you, what do you want for your birthday, for your Christmas, for whatever, just tell him, baby, buy me some nice waist beads. And when he asks you, what are you going to do with these? Don't tell him, no, what am I going to do with these? No, what are you going to do with these? You're going to place these on my waist. We're going to pray together. We're going to make this union steadfast as we place these waist beads on this person. Just a little bit of advice, baby. Just a little bit of bonding. But most of all, a lot of spiritual bonding. I am Candelo Kimbisa, your virtual God Daddy, baby. I'll be right back. I live in the ATL, CDD. Yes, they do make them for plus-size women, sweetie. Ipai Veyu on Tanya the Diva. I believe my other sister, I can't remember her name, Hunt Thompson. They all make them for plus-size women. One size fits all, baby. And their prices don't vary. Malaikum salam, brother. Malaikum salam. And that was So Makosa. Someone just asked me on YouTube, okay, whether or not these things can also waist beads can also be used by small girls or young ladies. I've had this conversation with several people, okay, with several ladies that actually make them. By no means am I an expert on this, but I know the importance of having to cover your belly button, okay? I do believe personally that it is. I do believe personally that it is okay for you to put waist beads on young women, on preteen girls and teenage girls, okay? Because what better way to protect that magic that's inside their belly buttons? The only thing that I do believe that should be added to each one of these waist beads that are made for young girls, and maybe for some of you older ladies too, should be a piece of jet. Okay? Why jet? Because we know when we are first reincarnated or born into this world, we bring a lot of stuff from our past lives to this life. And there is one mineral, or whatever you want to call it, jet, that is actually very good to take away for taking away past trauma. And my Instagram has now gone off. Well, Instagram does this to me all the time. They don't want you to go over an hour. So, fine. So I would tell my friends on Instagram to come over to Facebook or come over to YouTube. So jet should be a part of it, or jet should be something that you tell your bead maker to place on the one for the younger ladies. Okay, it takes away bad trauma. It takes away past life issues, and it does a whole bunch of plethora of other things, and it also protects. So it's a very good mineral to put on your waist beads. Okay, guys, I'm gonna cut this short today because I got a shitload of stuff to do. Okay. But I thank each and every one of you for coming over here and checking us out. All right? We got a plethora of things coming up. We got classes in the Hoodoo Healing Circle right now in March, at the end of March. We're going to be at Phoenix and Dragon in Atlanta. I believe it's on the I'm sorry. Just look at the Hoodoo Healing Circle and check it out and find out when we're going to be there. Okay? Remember, guys, I got to tell y'all this all the time because people always ask me, when am I coming to their town? Okay, so we'll be in Indianapolis at the Conjure Fest, May 29th and 31st, St. John's Conjure Weekend in New Orleans on the 19th to the 21st of June, the Conjure Shop in Omaha, Nebraska on the 26th and the 28th of June, Next Millennium in Nebraska on the 31st of July to August 2nd, the Big Old Conjure Gala. And of course, the Detroit Hoodoo Heritage Festival. That'll be August 15th and the 16th. Myrtle Beach at the Carolina Conjure will be September the 12th to the 13th. Then, of course, the Festival of Witches in Sleepy Hollow, October 17th to the 18th. Then comes the mothership of them all, baby. The Mile High Conjure Gala in Denver, Colorado. That'll be November the 7th through the 9th, I believe. Botanica Abre Caminos, we will be there in September. And then we'll finish off the year at the MLD Costume Ball, okay, in beautiful Dallas, Texas on October 31st, okay? All these things will be done this year. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you there. Remember that we have vending spots at all these locations, and we also have reading tables, okay? So guys, do yourself a favor. Follow all the people that I just talked about. Go find out our respective pages. If not, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and all these things where we will be doing this, okay? So guys, check this out. We are here. Oh, also, we will be having a foot washing ceremony here, okay? Here in this Munaso. Joyce, Cosmic, and myself, okay? So do go out and check out the Hoodoo Healing Circle and check that out and come and see us. Ifai Bayu will be joining us on the 19th, I believe, of this month, and Mambo Yanza will be following up shortly after that. Okay, guys? So do yourself a favor, check us out. You know where we at. I am Candelo Kimbisa. This is It's 12 o'clock somewhere. Thank you all for coming up. And now I'm going to play a little bit of my daddy's music because I feel that he needs to hear it. As always, may all the echoes and shadows that accompany you have all the necessary light. From where I, Candelo Kimbisa, sits, that's it. Salam alaikum, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope to see you Friday.